There are tons of different food options out there for your cat and dog. And today we wanted to show you how those worked. I'm Caitlin from Korna in Coquitlam.
I'm Bailey from Korna in Coquitlam.
And today we are going to demonstrate how to rehydrate some freeze-dried and dehydrated dog foods. So these are the ones that we have here.
So this one is Robble. It is a freeze-dried. This is the salmon and chicken formula.
We also have the Stella and Chewy's meal mixers. This is the beef formula.
And we have a Sojo's lamb here. So this one has freeze-dried meat and dehydrated vegetables.
And lastly, we have our Honest Kitchen little cup here. This one is the limited ingredient diet turkey recipe. We also have all of our cups and measuring spoons and bowls so we can prepare this. The first one that we will be rehydrating is Robble. So this one is a freeze-dried formula, which essentially it means it is a raw food with all of the moisture sucked out of it using a cold process.
It's basically astronaut food, but for your puppy.
So for this one in particular, it says that we will use 1 cup of Robble and half a cup of water. So typically we just use room temperature water, maybe a little bit warm, and that will help the Robble absorb all the water.
Let's open it.
Let's do it. Looks like this. It has little nuggets, and we are just going to measure 1 cup of it. I'll let you do that. So we have half a cup of water and 1 cup of Robble here. And we are just going to add the water. So when you add it, it looks pretty soupy. Like it's just the pieces are floating on top of the water. So you just kind of want to make sure that all the pieces are touching the water. And let it sit, usually about 5 to 10 minutes. And we'll see what it looks like in that time.
So this one we have now is Stella and Chewy's beef, very similar to the Robble in the size of it. And
this one is freeze-dried, so it is the same process is used to make this food as Robble. Both are freeze-dried foods, which is minimal processing. And similarly to the Robble, this one is mix 1 cup of the Stella and Chewy's with half a cup of water. Obviously, it depends on how big your dog is, how much food you're going to be giving them. So it just is increments of that. So we'll do this one. Perfect. So we have 1 cup here of the Stella and Chewy's beef freeze-dried, and we will just add half a cup of water. Again, usually room temperature water is fine, or a little bit warmer. Typically, you don't use cold water. It doesn't absorb as quickly as warmer water. Rehydrating the food is actually an easy way to add a little bit more moisture into your pet's food as well. So if your pet doesn't regulate how much water they drink, if they're not really big drinkers, you can always add a little bit more water to this, and it will help them stay hydrated. So now we will be rehydrating the Sojo's. This one is actually a lamb formula.
Finn loves lamb.
Finn is her dog. So this one, it has a higher ratio of food to water. So it's about 1 cup of food you mix with 1 cup of water. I think that's just because it is partially dehydrated as well as freeze-dried. So the meat is freeze-dried and the vegetables are dehydrated, which makes it a consistency that is more
Porridge.
dry. So we're gonna mix this up here. So you can see the freeze-dried bits, that's these. They're chunky like the Robble and the Stella and Chewy's, but as you can see through here, it's a bit more powdery. Again, we will leave for about 5 to 10 minutes.
So now we're on to our last one. This is the Honest Kitchen limited ingredient turkey. Super easy. You just open it up and fill it to the line, and then watch it as it turns from like a powder and with water to like a porridge consistency.
This one actually also comes in a box, so it will just let you know the powder to water ratio, similar to all of the other foods that we just rehydrated. So let's do this.
So this one is broken up a lot more. It is quite loose and small pieces in there, unlike the other ones had some more chunks.
That's because this one is just fully dehydrated, so there's no freeze-dried. The dehydrated aspect, it just means that they're removing the moisture with a little bit of heat instead of the coldness from the freeze-dried.
Is this the last?
Here. The first one over there, we have the Robble salmon and chicken freeze-dried, and this one is the Stella and Chewy's beef, and here is the Sojo's and the Honest Kitchen. So you can see that they are much more solid now. These ones especially, it's more like porridge rather than soup. And those guys have pretty much absorbed all of the water, especially the Robble. I think we put a little bit more water in the Stella and Chewy's one. You can always just play with how much water that you are using to rehydrate them as well. It tastes delicious, so I don't think your dog will mind how much water you put in. So thank you so much for joining us. Now you can try some of these out for yourself, if you would like. This one is human grade, made in a facility that makes human food as well, so you could eat this one. It does smell good. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.